Okay, there are lots of talk about what's relaxation, how relaxation can overcome stiffness, power, brute force, and so on and so on. It seems that relaxation, also called sung, not to be mistaken with fang sung, which actually means to be completely relaxed, but sung is more like sinking or going down, be heavy and relaxed. But yes, like something heavy is going down, just like a big ship going down when it sinks. It's the same concept, which is slightly different from our version of relaxation, but doesn't matter right now. How relaxation overcomes stiffness. So actually, it doesn't. If you compare everything that defines power, brute force, so like wrestling or arm wrestling, which is really cool and really important that we have that kind of perception of force. Not judo, for example, but like something that requires brute power, who usually the heaviest, tallest, and strongest opponent win. So if we oppose that to the relaxation of Taijiquan, no, we are not going to win. It's not that kind of relaxation. It's not that relaxation opposed to brute force, relaxation win. It's not on the same plane, it's not on the same level. Relaxation is a way to train, or a starting point, to better say, a starting point where Taijiquan gymnastics rely a lot, more than other martial arts, more than other Chinese martial arts at least. Other Chinese martial arts sees a lot of tendon power, structure, or muscle power, which is fine. Taijiquan, it's a little bit different because it sees striking and the continuation of striking and blocking and kind of caging the opponent as the primary strategy of fighting. That's a little bit different from opposing brute force with another brute force where the second brute force need to be relaxed. It's very different. If I have to do a wrestling match against a wrestling fighter, I won't be able to compete on the same level but just being more relaxed than him. I will probably lose, certainly. It's not that. It's that when we move, we need to stretch and relax the muscle in a way that produce an effect that generate a sort of power. Now, that sort of power will allow me to win an arm wrestling competition? No, it's not that power. It is not very useful for that. It's useful for what? It's useful technically to avoid the use of power. In order to avoid and bounce and redirect the incoming force, I cannot oppose force with force. If I oppose force with force, the strongest win. In order to win when we are the weakest, at least of that particular moment, I need to bounce, turn, and change very fast. But just doing it, so just the technique is not enough. So we need also the body who produce a kind of power that, together with the technique, may allow us to bounce back the incoming power, take the incoming power, cage it, and redirect. So it's a specific training to generate a specific power, and that specific power need to be into a specific strategy. It doesn't work if you're doing karate. It doesn't work if you're doing jiu-jitsu. Because jiu-jitsu and karate or whatever, boxing or whatever it is, have their specific training that produce the power that is useful for their strategy. You are not creating anything. You just need to do what you want to do. If you want to do boxing with people who do boxing. They know what they're doing. They're very expert. Are you curious about Taijiquan instead? You need to do just Taijiquan. Every day, you need to spend 1 hour if you can. Every day will be good. 2 hours, better. But even if you have only 30 minutes, just to do the form, that's already good. When you stretch, relax, connect your tendons, and continues the trick, the special power of Taijiquan, who differentiate the Taijiquan gymnastic from all the other martial arts, is the continuation, the fluidification of the movement. That I continue. I never stop. I don't stop and block. I continue. From the Dantian, I continue. This allows me to have an advantage over the brute force, because the brute force is never elastic, is discontinued. So I use the only problem that they have, the discontinuity of the movement, as my advantage. I will force him to use his power as much as possible so that I can twist it and trap it. So, thank you for watching. And if you have other questions, which I'm sure that you have, write it down below. Thank you very much.